intro. We'll have opening statement by Koby Brea.
Feel like we did a great job coming out tonight and, just handling business. We got contributions from everybody on the team. And our main focus was defensively, and I think we did a really good job of, executing our game plan. And we stuck together throughout the whole game, especially at the end, and came out with the win. So it was a good effort from the guys. We'll be taking questions now.
Nicely
Mark,
done. Can we give it up for Koby Brea?
Yeah, go ahead.
Nicely done. Okay.
Mark, speaking of the defense there, what did you see in the first few minutes of the game? Obviously started, I think, 1 for 8 from the field, but at the end of that, only down 7 points and got right back into it.
Yeah, we were pretty rattled offensively, and it's a credit to Missouri, man. They don't lose here. They have a terrific team. I'm maybe the world's #1 Dennis Gates fan. I think he's really special, and after what this crew went through last year, for them to respond this year is pretty amazing. And they had us really uncomfortable on the offensive end to start the game. And so I was really proud of our guys because we talked about it in the timeouts, like, hey, it's okay because our defense is going to keep us afloat. And for us to be able to, in that run, to just be able to trust our defense, trust it that, like, we know we don't feel great on the other side of the ball. We will eventually get there. But for these guys to step up and make tough physical plays on the defensive end and kind of keep us alive was incredibly encouraging.
Specifically there, Amari seemed to do a really good job early on Mark Mitchell, and then Colin on Caleb Grill. Those two guys specifically, what did you see in those matchups?
Yeah, listen, this Grill is, I think he's a terrific player. He comes off and plays with so much energy, and he cuts and runs so hard, and he's so confident and belligerent getting shots, and so he was clearly, like everybody, he was a point of emphasis for us. And I thought between Ortega and Colin Chandler, both those guys worked so hard to kind of keep him just to 6 shots. Was a huge effort. It was really, really important in this game.
Koby, you've kind of been the defensive kind of turnaround started before Lamont came back, while Andrew was still hurt, while Jax was in and out. What do you think is kind of the key behind this?
Something that Coach does a good job talking about to us is just taking it personal. And I think I've always said, defense is kind of a mindset. And when you come into the game and just take your matchup personal, you're more intense with it. And, you're more focused. So I think just when we took the level of intensity and try to be more disruptive and have a presence like he also says as well, I think that's helped us a lot.
Andrew, coming into this matchup, what do you think allowed you to be successful? What did you kind of see while you were up there, especially in that first half?
Yeah, definitely. They switch the starting lineup a little bit for them, bring Gray in, and he's a big physical guy, and so I knew for me and matching up with him, point of emphasis is be able to keep him off the glass, and so really just tried to match his physicality and set the tone early in the game for us, and we were able to do that, and that helped us defensively. We know we did a really great job early on the first shots, and they scored a lot off of second chance points early in the game, so we knew we had to lock that down and be able to continue to get stops throughout the game.
How important is this to have a little bit of momentum headed into the SEC tournament? You've got that going in there on the right foot, momentum, everything swinging your way. How important is that?
Well, I think it's super important, just to have, I feel like, every team that kind of finish off the season, in this way they kind of go out and do special things in March. So I think for us, and our confidence going into the tournament and everything that's ahead, I think it really helps us a lot. I think our whole team is motivated right now, just going out here and getting this win, and, we're prepared for what's to come.
Andrew, you played, I believe, a season high, 34 minutes. Could you have played with that type of physicality 2, 3, 4 weeks ago? And also, how do you feel right now after doing it?
3 weeks ago, that would have caused so much pain. It would have shooting up and down his back.
Yeah. No, I definitely have come a long way. Feeling great, and was really happy to be able to get out there and feel like I can contribute the way that I want to, and the way that I know I can, and the way the teammates and the coaches believe in me that way as well. So it was an awesome game to be able to really try and as Coach Fox always talks about being the hammer, not the nail, and we were certainly the hammer tonight.
Oh, the rotation felt a little bit tighter today. Was that just kind of the matchup that you saw, or how you were feeling, or how the hot hand was playing, or was that what was kind of the thought process there?
Well, the first half we were kind of managing foul issues, and so we got all the way through the rotation. And in the second half, we had, we didn't have as many foul issues, and we had fresher guys. Ortega and Lamont didn't play very much in the first half. So it's just kind of, there's so many variables and dynamics that go into it. I thought I thought the three freshmen were elite tonight. There were 3 or 4 possessions where we were getting late in the shot clock, and they just stayed diligent and aggressive, like busting it, trying to get downhill to 2 feet in the lane, and then finding the next guy and busting it to get to 2 feet in the lane, and then with 2 seconds left on the shot clock, finally making a play. I was getting nervous. I was getting anxious. I'm like, guys, the shot clock's running down. But they were super poised, and the best thing was if they were going to make a mistake, they were going to make our mistake. So I thought they were great. And in the second half, there was just a slow enough cadence to the game that we kind of got to keep it a little bit tighter. And these guys are playing so good. I mean, Drew's like you talk about a Herculean effort. He had 12 rebounds, and they were contested, violent, physical, like combative rebounds. And then Koby, we were a mess in the first half. Offensively, we just couldn't find a feel, except Kobe's just like, don't worry, guys, I'm just gonna do my thing. And he did his thing, and so these guys were really special tonight.
Coach, another top 25 win for both you guys and in the SEC, the way it's gone this season. And this one too, Koby and Andrew, if you want to weigh in, go ahead. But what do you think has made the SEC such a dominant basketball conference this season?
Just that, every single game that you play in this conference, like, it's an elite level game. You're playing against a really good team. Their whole roster is really good. Obviously, they're coached by good coaches, and the SEC has just been different this year. I think it's been a historic year actually for any conference, and to be able to go out and play against teams like these every single game that we play, I think it kind of helps us going into what we have coming up.
Yeah, and I would also just add a little bit about just the environments that the SEC schools have. So you're playing away, obviously, half the time, and every environment that we've gone into this season has been rocking, and that's a credit to everybody's fans' support that they have in the SEC right now, and of course our fans. Even away games, they're showing out. You hear the "Go Big Blue" chants always, and so they don't know. It means so much to us that no matter where we go, we know we have Cats fans in the stands.
Mark, 8 top 15 wins ties the all-time record. Only 2 other teams have done it in the history of the program. So what does it say about these guys to continue to step up in the big moments and to have a record like that to kind of show the work that you guys have put in?
Yeah, that's just an insane number. If you come to Kentucky and you can do something all time at the University of Kentucky as a team, like all time at Kentucky, you think about the people that have rolled through here. It just is, and for them, for this group now to hold that record is just insane. And then in the history of the game of college basketball, for them to be tied is just, it's credit to these guys, man. It's a special group, and they've done it. It hasn't been an easy road. Like, we've been tested every way in health and rotation stuff, and all the stuff has been a massive challenge, and these guys just keep raising up to it. It's been pretty fun.
Mark, you mentioned the freshman. Travis on a play. You guys were, I think it was a 2-point lead. He gets blocked at the rim, comes up with the steal, dishes to Amari, and I think from there was a big run in the second half. Just how big of a play was that from a freshman to not get rattled after he got blocked like that?
Yeah, we had 2 of those. Ortega was the lucky beneficiary of and I think Drew came up with a loose ball maybe.
Yeah.
Our guys were really good at 50-50 balls. I thought we were really good to 50-50 balls. We didn't win them all. And this Missouri team is like, that's their DNA. The fact that we were at 10 turnovers tonight is we came in here thinking, if we can manage the turnover situation, we have a good chance to win. And our guys, we didn't feel great. We weren't flowing. Like, we really struggled. We were a little discombobulated in the first half, and we still found a way to just stay alive protecting the ball. And part of protecting the ball is winning those 50-50 balls. And I thought those were huge energy plays.
Andrew, Koby has shown a lot more offensive versatility in recent weeks, and we've talked about the defense, but how much confidence does it give the rest of the team knowing there's a guy who can knock down contested three-pointers when you really need a bucket? They can get those perimeter shots.
Yeah, he's been amazing for us all year. He's super consistent for us. You know, every single day he's ready to work and try and get better. And so you see that out there on the court, and definitely. You know, it's great when you're through an offense and you just see Koby dancing at the top, and sometimes you're tempted to just start running back on defense, but probably shouldn't do that necessarily, but, you know, you're always tempted to.
We all four guys running back like 3. Yeah, right. He hasn't even shot it yet.
But, you know, so it's a credit to him and how hard he's worked, but he's been that for us all year.
Appreciate that, bro.
Yeah,
of
Mark,
course.
back to Andrew, how important is it to get him back to where he is right now, considering his experience and the leadership he shows on this team?
Yeah, it's I can't overstate how important it is. You know, you think about what Drew did for us the first 2 months of the season pre-injury, and then you know it got really complicated for us as we tried to deal with it. You know, during injury and post-injury, things are pretty good in our world right now. So he's a massively important part of this team, as every guy is. I mean, we're a community effort, and Drew is carrying a huge load for us. I'll do if I could just throw some love to our staff. Our staff, man, these guys work really hard. And we have an unbelievable staff. You know, tonight Coach Fox was the lead scout on the game tonight, and you know, this gym is really special to him. He, you know, I grew up. You know, Coach was my coach at the University of Washington. Heard him talk about his dad all the time. Got to meet his dad, and then his dad actually he had to bury his dad, and then came straight here the next day to play a game in 2014, and he won that one. And our staff, he led our staff in doing a great job on the scout, and I'm glad that we get this win for Coach. This is a special place for him. All right, let's go, boys.
Thanks.
Good job. I think the longest winning streak in basketball, maybe. Nice to see you guys. Job safe, man. Nice. Hold it. Job safe, guys. Yeah,